Let's try. Are we live? Are we live? Let's try. Are we live? Are we live? Let's try. Are we live? Okay, let's try that. Alright, do I sound fine? Do I sound good? Chat? Okay, let's try that. Alright, do we sound good? Okay, let's try that. Okay, we sound good. Alright, do we sound good? I think we do. Okay, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at chat. If anyone wants to show up, I'll just chat with you guys. I don't know. Let's grab some background music. Let me look up. What's it called? It's called Club Penguin Pizza Tron Music. That's not the one. Club Penguin. Let me look up. No copyright sounds. No copyright background music. Okay. Copyright sounds. Okay, let's go. That's an ad in the way of our video. There we go. Alright, we should be fine then. Let me just... Okay, I'm just gonna skip to a
I wanna taste your
Let's see. No copyright. Silver Gunner. Yeah, okay. Okay, there. And then I'll turn it down. Okay, there we go. So we got some music going in the background. Okay, there. Pretty good. Alright. We got everything set up. And we just chill. Let me see. And we just chill. Okay, that's good. That's a good amount of audio. Copyrights. I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, let's do that one. So yeah, we just chillin', That's kind of the vibe we give off. So we just kind of vibe out today. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I have to switch out my headphone chat. Give me a sec. Okay. The song kind of sucks. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, thank God it's over. All right then. We chillin'. All right, so chat. What I was thinking about doing potentially. Should we do a Outlaster? No. No, I meant to say Brant Steel. Have you ever heard of Brant Steel, chat? If anyone has heard of Brant Steel, let me know. Okay. Because Brant Steel is it's a program. It's pretty good. All right. Let me give the stream a like. I tried changing up the title. Okay. Let me change the thumbnail too, actually. Like, make anyone be able to say it, so. But I will make it that, and then settings, change the thumbnail to something funny. Okay. Let's go Binglezoid on my computer. Actually, let's just find an image of me on my computer and we can post that. This one. Rats. The rats. It's your birthday today. There. Okay, we got one. Anyone can send a message now. Rats. 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 We are the rats. 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 We are the rats. 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 Okay. Okay. So chat. Stream ideas. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Yeah. Do a bit of show and tell. Okay. We be Googling everybody. Alright. Trying to think. Now, chat. What do you think we should do? This is your time to shine. What should we do? But it's evil. Okay, I'm gonna call it, but just Channing. Okay. All right. So your deal is... Okay, actually, you know what? I could use this opportunity to read test scripts. Test scripts voice acting. Okay, how do I do this? I'll save this page. Okay, I'm trying to think of something we can do on stream right now. Okay. I'm just trying to think here. Super idol, super idol. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay, let's try to find this chat. Okay, let's do alright, characters. Actually, should we do narration? Are these all free, by the way? Okay. Alright, you know what we gonna do? Put this in a different tab. Actually, wait. Put it in incognito. For any reason, just so that way I can... Actually, wait, I can do this. The Shock has 30 account. Alright. Okay. So I know what we're gonna do here, chat. Let me try something. Let me go... Let me add this. Let me just grab this. Alright, so chat. I'm trying to see. Yeah, we have scripts here. Right? So we have a bunch of scripts here. What I'm gonna do is read some of them off. Alright, let's see. So, chat, what are you thinking of? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Should we do character? Yeah, we should do a character one. No, not it's a cut, just a cut. Christmas turkey. Santa Claus. Duel, Secret Gold, Commentator's Box. I'm trying to think which one we should do, chat. Now let me find a good image on my computer to use. Okay, there we go. Alright. So what I'm gonna do here is... Okay, styles. You gotta get scripts here. So sorry about this, by the way. But, actually, wait. Okay. What I'm gonna do here. Okay. Yeah, let's go to this website. This is a website that specifically has 5,000, over 5,000, by the way, voice acting stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get a. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we can do video games. Should we do animation or all right. This is just my voice acting practice stream. All right. Okay. I'm thinking Seymour the Guitar, The Unleashed 5, Betrayal, Sample Audition, Head of Woman, Mocking Villain Voice, B versus A, Captain Friendzone. Actually, let me look up public domain books. Okay, well, let's do it. This is literally just the... This is just the TF2 Scout, right? I don't even know where to start with you. I mean, do you even know who you're talking to? Yo, what's up? Do you have any idea? Any idea who I am? Basically, kind of a big deal. Oh man, that's beautiful. You listening? Okay. Birds fly. You listening? Okay. Grass grows, bird flies, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people. Bonk! I'm a force of nature. Bonk! If you were from where I was from, oh my god, I'm so bad at this chat. But yeah, that's kind of the whole goal here. What happened to my music? Oh, it's still playing, it's just quiet. Let's do this. Oh shit, my headphones. It's only playing in one ear. And it's cutting out. So I'm gonna do this real quick. I'll be right back, chat. Okay. Let me just go on BRB. Okay. Bluetooth connected. We gotta change this. Properties. On. There we go. Now we can all hear. Webcam. There we go. We're so back, fellas. All right. We're still figuring out what to do. After all these 20 minutes. Okay. Um da 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 da. Da, 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 la, la, da, 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 da. Okay. What to do? What to do? Okay. All right. So I'm just thinking, what's a fun website we can all go on together as a chat? All right. I'm just thinking to myself because I'm just kind of chilling here, you know. Okay. All right then. Okay. You know what? Should we do a Yeah, I think we will. Public domain books. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, let's look up Project Gutenberg. Okay, we have a bunch of Okay. Okay, public domain books. Okay. Public domain books. Chat, we're gonna read um public domain books. Short public domain books, like, you know, short fiction. That's what we're looking for here. The monkey's paw. We can do monkey's paw. I have no mouth and I must scream. The overcoat. Classic literature. Monkey's paw. No, these are all like short stories. I want like a short book. Winner takes nothing. Okay. Okay. This is so okay. Chat. Let me actually go on that. Short stories, read short stories. Library short stories. There we go. Okay. Let me see here. All right. Okay. By Mark Twain. Okay. All right. All right, chat. We're going to read a book. That is what we're doing here tonight. Okay, let's see here. All right. 33 minutes, 27. Let's go for the 33-minute book. All right, chat. Okay. I'll put this here. All right. I will give it a review out of 10 by the end of the stream. All right, let's do it. All right. When I was 27 years old, I was a mining broker's clerk in San Francisco and an expert in all of the details of the stock traffic. I was alone in the world and nothing to depend on but my wits and a clean reputation. These were setting my feet in the road to an eventual fortune. I was content with this prospect. My time was my own after the how many words? Okay, we can do this. I'm just seeing how long this book goes. All right. Okay, let me just pop out this and then we can put it on the side as I read. So that way I can see chat. That's not what I want. What I want is chat to pop out. Okay. So sorry about this. Let's start again. Start again, chat. All right. And then I'll also pop out this. Just put it up here. And then this. And then this. Okay. Put it here. Put him here. Put him here. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just setting up my thing. All right. Okay, here we go. I was 27 years old. I was a mining broker's clerk in San Francisco and an expert in the details of the stock traffic. I was alone in the world and nothing to depend on but my wits and a clean reputation. These were setting my feet into a road to an eventual fortune. I was content with this prospect. My time was my own on the afternoon board. Saturdays, I was accustomed to put it in on a little sailboat by the bay. One day I ventured too far and was carried out to sea. Just at nightfall, when I thought hope was about gone, I was picked up by a small brig which was bound for London. It was a long and stormy voyage, and they made me work my passage without pay as a common sailor. When I stepped ashore in London, my clothes were ragged and shabby. Shush. Shush ads. Okay, let's just do no copyright. Okay, no copyright music. No copyright music. No copyright background music. Let's do this. Alright. Alright. No copyright. Free to use. Okay. Okay. And then we go with soothing calm music. Okay. We got the vibe now. Good. Let's head back. To our book. Our nice reading of this book. Alright. Okay. I was picked up by a small brig. Was bound for London. It was a long and stormy voyage. They made me work my passage without pay as a common sailor. When I stepped ashore London, my clothes were ragged and shabby. I only had $1 in my pocket. This money fed and sheltered me for 24 hours. During the next 24, I went without food or shelter. Okay. About 10 o'clock the following morning, seedy and hungry, I dragged myself along Portland Place when a child passing, towed by a nursemaid, tossed a luscious pear minus one bite in the gutter. I stopped. I fastened my desiring eye on that muddy treasure. My mouth watered for it. My stomach craved it. My whole being begged for it. But every time I made up a move to get it, some passing eye detected my purpose. Of course, I straightened up and looked indifferent, and I haven't been thinking about the pear at all. Same thing kept happening and happening. I couldn't get the pear. I was just getting desperate enough to brave the shame of it all and to seize it. When a window behind me was raised and a gentleman spoke out of it, saying, "Step in here, please." I was admitted by a gorgeous flunky, shown into a scrumptious room, where a couple of elderly gentlemen were sitting. They sent away the servant and made me sit down. They had just finished their breakfast. The sight of the remainings of it all almost overpowered me. I could hardly keep my wits together in the presence of all that food. But, as I was not asked to sample it, I had to bear my trouble as best I could. Now, something had happened a little bit before, which I did not know anything until a good days afterwards, but I will tell you something now. His two brothers had been having a pretty hot argument a couple days before, and had agreed to end it by deciding on a bet, which is an English way of settling everything. Yeah. So they're just doing that shit. You will remember that the Bank of England once issued 2 notes of £1 million each to be used for special purposes connected with some public transport in a transaction in a foreign country. For some reason or another, only one of these had been used and cancelled, while the others still lay in the vault of the bank. Well, the brothers, chatting along, happened to get to wondering what might be the fate of the perfectly honest and intelligent stranger who had turned adrift in London without a friend, with no money but that £1 million note. But that £1 million banknote, and no way to account for it, for his being in possession of it. Brother A said he would starve to death. Brother B said he wouldn't. Brother A said he couldn't offer it to a bank or anywhere else, because he would be arrested on the spot. So they went on disputing until Brother B said he would bet £20,000 that that man would live down to the bank and just bought that note. Just like an Englishman, you see, plucked to the backbone. Okay. Down to the bank and... Oh wait, I read that part already. He then dictated a letter, which one of his clerks wrote out in a beautiful round hand, and then the 2 brothers sat at a window the whole day watching for the right man to give it to. Okay. So they're basically just like trying to trick some bro. Okay. They saw honest faces go by that were not intelligent enough. Many that were intelligent but not honest enough. Many that were both, but possessors were not poor enough. Or, if poor enough, were not strangers. They were always a defect. There was always a defect until I came along. But they agreed that I was called in. They began to ask me questions about myself, and pretty soon I had my story. They finally they told me I would answer their purpose. I said I was sincerely glad, and asked what it was. And one of them opened one of them handed me an envelope, and I said I would find the explanation inside. I was going to open it, but he said no. Take it to my lodgings. Look over it carefully. And not to be too hasty or rash. I was puzzled and wanted to discuss the matter a bit further, but they didn't. So I took my leave, feeling hurt and insulted to be a butt of what appeared to be some sort of practical joke, and yet obliged to put up with it, not being in the circumstances to resent affronts from the rich and strong folk. I would have picked up the pear by now and eaten it, but I would have picked up the pear now and eaten it before all the world, but it was gone. So I had lost that by unlucky business, and the thought of it did not soften my feelings towards those men. As soon as I was out of that house, I opened my envelope, saw it contained money. $5 million! My opinion of those people changed, I can tell you. I lost not a moment, shoved the note and the money into my vest pocket, and broke for the nearest cheap eating house. Well, how I did eat. When I at last I couldn't hold anymore, I took out the money and unfolded it. Took one glimpse at it and nearly fainted. $5 million. I won the Beast Games. No. Why, it made my head swim. I must have sat there stunned and blinking at the note as much as a minute before I came rightly to myself again. The first thing I noticed was the landlord. His eye was on the note, and he was petrified. He was worshipping it with all his body and soul. But he looked as if he couldn't stir hand or foot. I took my cue in this moment, and did the only rational thing I thought there was to do. I reached for the note towards him and carelessly, "Give me the change, please." Then he was restored to his normal condition, made 1,000 apologies for not being able to break the bill, and I couldn't get him to touch it. He wanted to look at it, and kept looking at it. He couldn't seem to get enough to quench the thirst of his eye. But he shrank down from touching it as if it had been too sacred for poor common clay to handle. I said, "I'm sorry if this is an inconvenience, but I must insist. Please change it. I haven't had anything else." But he said it wasn't any matter. He was quite willing to let the trifle stand over till another time. I said I might not be in this neighborhood again for a good while. But he said it was of no consequence. He could wait, and, moreover, I could have anything I wanted, any time I choose, and let the account run as long as I pleased. He said he hoped he wasn't afraid to trust a rich gentleman such as I was, merely because I was a merry disposition, and chose to play larks on the public in the matter of dress. By this time he had another customer. By this time another customer was entering. The landlord hinted at me to put that monster out of sight. He then bowed me all the way to the door. I started straight for the house and those brothers to correct the mistake that has been made, before the police should hunt me up, and help me do it. I was pretty nervous. In fact, I was badly frightened, though, of course, I was in no way in fault. But I knew men well enough to know I knew men well enough to know that when they have given a tramp a £1,000,000 bill, when they thought it was a £1, they are in frantic rage against him. Instead of quarreling with their own nearsightedness, as they ought. As I approached the house, my excitement began to abate, for all was quiet there, which made me pretty sure the blunder was not discovered yet. Yet I rang. The same servant appeared. I asked for those gentlemen. They are gone. In this in the lofty cold way of that fellow's tribe. Gone? Gone where? On a journey. But whereabouts? To the continent, I think. The continent? Yes, sir. Which way? By what route? I can't say, sir. When will they be back? In a month, they said. A month? Oh, this is awful. Give me some sort of idea of how to get a word to them. It's of the last importance. I can't, indeed. I have no idea where they've gone, sir. And I must see some member of the family. Family's away too. Been abroad for months. In Egypt and India. Man, there's been an immense mistake made. I'll be back before night. Will you tell them that I've been here, and that I will be coming until it's all made right? And they needn't be afraid. I'll tell them if they come back. But I'm not expecting them. They said you would be here in an hour to make inquiries, but I must tell you, it's all right. They'll be here on time and expect you. So I had to give it up and go away. What a riddle it was. Hey. Oh my god, I hate ads. I hate ads. Go. Alright. Okay. Back to the book. Open up my tabs again. Okay. I'll tell them if they come back. I'm not expecting them. Oh, wait. So I had to give it up. Oh, what a riddle it all was. I was like to lose my mind. They would be here on time. What could that mean? Oh, the letter would explain, maybe. Had I forgotten the letter, I got it out and read it. This is what it said. You are an intelligent and honest man, as one may see by your face. We convince you to be poor and a stranger. Enclosed you will find a sum of money. It is lent to you for 30 days without interest. Report to this house at the end of that time. I have a bet on you. If you win it, you shall have a situation that is in my gift. Any that is. That you shall be able to prove yourself familiar with and competent to fill. No signature, no address, no date. Well, here was a coil to be in. You posted on what had preceded all this, but it was not. It was just a deep, dark puzzle to me. I hadn't had the least idea what the game was, nor whether harm was meant to me or a kindness. I went to a park and sat down to try to think about it all, and to consider what I best do. At the end of the hour, my reasoning crystallized into this verdict. Maybe those men mean me well. Maybe they mean me ill. I have no way to decide that. Let it go. They've got a game or a scheme or an experiment of some kind on hand. No way to determine what it is. Let it go. There's a bet on me. No way to figure out what it is. Let it go. This disposes me of the indeterminable quantities. The remainder of the matter is tangible, solid, may be classed and labeled with certainty. If I ask the Bank of England to place this bill to a creditor or man it belongs to, they'll do it, for they know him, although I don't. But they will ask me how I became in possession of it, and if I tell the truth, they'll put me in an asylum, naturally, and lie will land me in jail. The same result would follow if I tried to bank the bill anywhere or borrow money on it. I have got to carry this immense burden around until those men come back, whether I want to or not. It is useless to me, as useless as a handful of ashes. And yet I must take care of it, and watch over it while I beg for my living. I couldn't give it away, if I should try, for neither honest citizen or highwayman would accept it and meddle with it for anything. Those brothers are safe. If I lose the bill or burn it, they are still safe. Because they can stop payment, and the bank will and the bank will make them whole. But in the meantime, I've got to do a month's suffering without wages or profit unless I help with that bet, whatever it may be, and get that situation I am promised. Unlike, I should like to get that. The men of their sort have situations their gifts are worth having. I got to thinking a good deal about that situation. My hopes began to rise. Without a doubt, the salary would be large. It would begin in a month. After that, I should be all right. Pretty soon, I was feeling first rate. By this time, I was tramping the streets again. The sight of a tailor shop gave me a sharp longing to shred my rags and clothe myself decently once more. Could I afford it? No. I had nothing in the world but £1,000,000. So I forced myself to go on by. But I was drifting back again. The temptation pursued me cruelly. I must have passed the shop 4th, 6th times during that manful struggle. At last, I gave in. I had to. Sorry, I gotta check Discord. This is the story hour. Okay. Sorry, I gotta check. Could my thing work, please? Because I know I have a notification there. Okay. Is it here? Is it like notifications? Let's go there. Okay, it was a bias challenge. Let's go back to the book. Sorry about the distraction. At last I gave in. I asked if they had a misfit suit or been thrown into their hands. The fellow I spoke to nodded his head towards another fellow and gave me no answer. Went to the indicated fellow. He had indicated another fellow with his head. No words. I went to him and said, I tend to you presently. I waited until he was done with what he was at. Then he looked at me. Then he took me into a back room and overhauled a pile of rejected suits and selected the rattiest one for me. I put it on. It didn't fit. It wasn't any way attractive, but it was new, and I was anxious to have it. So I didn't have any fault. But I said with some diffidence, it would be accommodation for me to wait some days for the money. I haven't had small change. A fellow worked up with the most sarcastic expression of countenance said, Oh, you haven't? Oh, well, of course. I didn't expect it. I'd only expect a gentleman of you to carry large change. I nettled and said, My friend, you shouldn't judge a stranger by the clothes that he wears. I am quite able to pay for this suit. I simply didn't wish to put you in any trouble changing a large note. Modified his style a little at that. Said something, though still with something in the air. I didn't mean any particular harm, as long as rebukes are going. I might say it wasn't quite an affair. To the conclusion that you wouldn't change the note, that we wouldn't change any note that you might be carrying around. On the contrary, we can. I handed the note to him and said, Oh, well, I apologize. He received it with a smile. One of those smiles that goes all around. It had and has folds in it. Wrinkles, spirals. And looks like a place where you've thrown a brick in a pond. And then, in that act, a simple glimpse of the bill, his smile froze, turned yellow. It looked like one of those wavy worms spreads in lava. Of lava. What? Did the music stop playing? What? What the scallop, bro? Okay, wait. So sorry about that. That's my headphones messing up, I think. That is not the headphones I needed. There we go. Okay. So sorry about that, chat. Let's go back. Open this up, open this up, open this up, open this up. All right. I received it. Okay. Which you... Okay. But... And then in the act of... his smile froze solid and turned yellow, like one of those wavy lava spreads of lava which you find hardened on the little levels in the side of Vesuvius. I have never before seen a smile caught like that, and perpetuated. The man stood there holding the bill, looking like that. His proprietor hustled up to see what the matter is, and said briskly, "Well, what's up? What's the trouble? What's wanting?" I said, "There isn't any trouble. I'm waiting for change." Come, get him his change. Todd, get him his change. Todd retorted, "Get him his change? It's easy to say, sir, but look at the bill yourself." The proprietor took a look, gave a low, eloquent whistle, then made a dive for the pile of rejected clothing and began to snatch it this way, talking all the time, excitedly, as if to himself. "Selling an expensive millionaire. Such an unspeakable suit as that. Todd's a fool, a born moron. Always doing something like this. Drives a millionaire from his place. But I can't tell if a millionaire from a tramp, and never could. Ah, this is the thing I'm after. Please, get those things off, sir, and throw them in a fire. Do me a favor, put on this shirt and this suit. It's the thing. The very thing. Plain, rich, modest, and ducably knobby. Made for order for a foreign prince. You may know him, sir. His Serene Highness from the Hospodar of Halifax had to leave it with us and take a mourning suit because his mother was going to die. Well, she didn't. Well, that's all right. We can't have the things the way they're. Trousers, all right? They fit you to a charm, sir. Now the waistcoat. Aha, right again. Now look at the coat. Lord, look at that. Now, perfect, the whole thing. I've never seen such triumphance in all my experience. I expressed my satisfaction. Quite right, sir, quite right. It'll do for a makeshift, I'm bound to say. But wait until you see what we'll get up for you in your own measure. Todd. Come, Todd. Book and pen. Get at it. Length of leg 32, and so on. Before I could get a word in, he measured me. I was giving orders for the dress suits, morning suits, all of the sort. And I got a chance to say, "But, dear sir," what? Okay. That was weird. Okay. Indefinitely. It's such a weak word. Such a weak word. Eternally. That's the word, sir. Todd. Rush these things through and send them to the gentleman's address without any waste of time. Let the minor customers wait. Set the gentleman's address, and I'm changing my quarters. I will drop in and leave the new address. Quite right, sir. Quite right. One moment. Let me show you out. There, sir. Have a good day. I didn't see what was bound to happen. I drifted naturally into buying whatever I wanted, and asking for change. Within a week, I scrumptiously equipped with all of the needful comforts, luxuries, and was housed in an expensive private hotel in Hanover Square. I took my dinners there, but for breakfast I struck Harris's humble feeding house, where I had gotten my first meal on the £1,000,000 bill. I was the making of Harris. The fact had gone all abroad, but the foreign crack who carried the £1,000,000 bills in his vest pockets was the patron of the saint of the palace. That was enough. From being poor, struggling, little hand-to-mouth enterprise, to it had become celebrated, overcrowded with customers. Harris was so grateful that he forced loans upon me. Would not be denied. And so, pauper as I was, I had money to spend and was living like the rich and the great. I judged that there were going to that there were I judged that there were going to be a crash and by, but now I must swim across or drown. You see, there was an element of impending disaster to give a serious side, a sober side, yes, a tragic side, to the state of things, which would otherwise be purely ridiculous. In the night, in the dark, the tragedy part was always to the front, always warning, always threatening, so I moaned and tossed, and sleep was hard to find. But but in the cheerful daylight, tragedy element faded and disappeared. I walked out on air, and was happy to giddiness, to intoxication, you might say. And it was natural. And it was natural. Okay. And it was natural. Because I had one of the notorieties of the metropolitan in the world. A metropolis in the world. And it turned my head. But not just by a little, but a good deal. You could not take up a newspaper, English, Scottish, Irish, without finding one or more reference to the vest pocket million-pounder and the latest doings and sayings. At first, I was at the bottom of the personal gossip column. Next, I was listed above the knights. Then next above the baronets and the barons, and so on and so on. Climbing steadily, my notoriety augmented, until I was the highest altitude possible. There I remained, taking presents not only of dukes not royal, and of all let's just say eccentric, except the primate of all England. But, mind, this was not fame. I had achieved only notoriety. Then the climaxing stroke, the accolade, so to speak, which, in a single instance, transmuted a perishable dross of notoriety, an enduring gold of fame. Punch. Caricatured me. Yes, I was made of man. I was a made man now. My place was established. I might be joked about still, but reverently, not hilariously, not rudely. I could be smiled at, not laughed at. The time that had gone by, Punch pictured me, all aflutter with rags, dickering with a beefeater from the Tower of London. Well, you can imagine, it was such a young fellow who had never taken notice of before. And all of a sudden, I couldn't say a thing. I wasn't taken up, repeated anywhere. Couldn't stir abroad without consistently overhearing remarks from lip to lip. There he goes, that's him. Couldn't take breakfast without a crowd to look on. Couldn't operate an opera box without concentrating the fire of 1,000 lorgnettes. Why, I could just swim in glory all day long. The amount of it. You know, the amount I kept my old suit of rags every now and then appeared in them, as so to have the old pleasure of buying trifles, being insulted, then shooting a scoffer dead with a £1,000,000 bill. But I couldn't keep that up. Illustrated papers made the outfit so familiar that, when I went out, I was recognized and followed by a crowd. If I had attempted to purchase, the man would offer me his whole shop in credit before I can pull my note on him. The 10th day of my fame, I went to fulfill my duty of my flag by paying respects to the American minister. He received me with enthusiasm, proper in my case, upbraided me for being so tardy on my duty, and then said the only way to his forgiveness is that I would take a seat at his dinner party, that night made vacant by the illness of one of his guests. I said yes, I would. And I got to talking. It turned out He and my father had been schoolmates in boyhood, Yale students together later. Later, and always warm friends up to my father's death. So then he required me to put in his house at an odd time. So I might have to spare. So I was very willing, of course. Okay. Okay. I think that'll be it for this stream. Let me just put a bookmark in here. Okay. I think that'll be it for this stream. Show options. Yeah. Okay. So remember where we are at. I will see you all next time. I will say goodbye.